Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we got in a pretty cool project in the shop, and it's a little different but still pretty cool. So a customer brought in, this was a Remington 700 chambered in 308, which is what we're going to do, but he brought this to me on this MDT LSS chassis. I've seen them before, but I've never actually got to really get an up-close look at the quality and the functionality of these things, but it's actually pretty nice. I'd get a different, well, that's just my opinion. I'd do a few things different, but the chassis itself, it's very well machined. Let's take a closer look at it here. It's very well finished. It's got a real good machining on it. Everything fit really nice when I took this thing apart. The chassis itself is really good. I'm pretty impressed with it, for the price point especially. I think these are right around $300, $399, something like that. So actually not too bad. Now, I do think that this rifle has been apart before. Somebody really likes Loctite. Lots of Loctite. If you look here on the base mount, on the action, you can see that it's got just gobs and gobs of Loctite on there, way too much. Came apart pretty hard. I actually went and retapped these holes here just because they were so filled with Loctite. It was just too much. And I also think the barrel might have been taken off before too, because up here on the front where the front sight goes, it's been played around with for sure. The rears are okay, but on the tenon on this thing was so full of Loctite. I've never seen so much Loctite. And I took this thing apart before I thought about grabbing the camera and showing you guys how I take this apart. I don't know if that would fit YouTube policy guidelines or whatever, but it was too late. I got it apart, but I'm actually kind of glad I didn't record it, because it would have been comical. I thought it was going to take an act of God to get this thing off that action. I had to heat it up. I had to use a breaker bar with a cheater pipe and just beat it with a rubber mallet, and she finally broke free. But wow, this hands down is the hardest barrel I've ever taken off any gun, ever. It was ridiculous. So what we're going to do is I ordered up a Schillen number 5 contour barrel for this, and we are going to cut the new barrel down to 22 inches. He wants a 22 inch number 5, kind of a light varmint barrel, and that'll, I think, give it a real nice weight balance. The chassis is not very heavy. I don't know what the weight is on that chassis, but it's not very heavy. So I think that will give it a nice balance. This is just a little 20-inch sporter barrel that came off of it, just a super lightweight little turd. I don't know how well it shot before, but we're going to find out how good it shoots when we're done. Now, the interesting part of this is the customer wants to put the original peep sights back on this thing. So we've just got a little rear peep here, and then a front blade. So we'll drill and tap that new barrel and get these set up. One thing that he asked that we do is actually, which I think is a pretty good idea, don't mind doing it, is we're going to move that sight back up just a little ways, so that in the future, if he wants to thread the end of that new barrel for a suppressor or a brake or whatever, then he's got that option. So, but unfortunately, like I said, I didn't record taking this apart, but I will record the process of actually doing some machine work and putting this thing together. I'll throw a few clips up here on YouTube as we kind of get through this process, but I'm going to try to record more and put it on UGETube, because, well, I can post whatever I want there. So anyways, I just wanted to give everybody a heads up that this is the latest and greatest project in the shop, amongst many others, but this one here is something kind of out of the ordinary from what I normally do. So I thought it was a good opportunity just to show it off a little bit. Wait, I have more. So we just got in a new tracked, this is the response scope from Tracked Optics. This is designed for 223-556 with a bullet drop compensator reticle in it, and Wow. So far, the glass is brilliant in this thing. I love the turrets. Parallax, this is a 4 to 16 power scope, and we're going to get more into the features of this. And we've also got a primary arms here. What we're doing basically is we're going to line up some of the top AR type scopes that are in the the 500 or less price range, and just see how they perform. And so that's be ongoing through the summer, but this is pretty cool. So anyways, enough of that. We'll shoot a video very specific to that and to the primary arms and some other ones that people are sending in for some testing. So that's all I have. I'm really done this time. So hope everybody had a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.